So remember, forensic psychology is basically the specialty in psychology characterized by activities to help the legal and justice system understand mental illness and criminality through a medical lens, so we can treat and view patients well. This whole project is focused on you examining criminals that had some kind of interaction with the law. Okay. In part one, you were basically learning these basic concepts, learning what some of the personality disorders are, the environmental influences, what cognitive development is at mental processes. You're going to be looking up those well-known criminals, and we're looking at the nature and nurture. It's not nature versus nurture. Your book still says it, but it's not. It's nature and nurture. Okay, so we're going to be looking at those and looking at that. So this is what you were supposed to be doing on Friday, right? Creating this rough draft for me. Part two was the other thing you were supposed to submit to me as well, and that's going to be the theories and methods, developing that criminal profile, and getting ready for that group discussion and presentation, because you're going to have group discussions at your table, sharing about your individuals, talking about the role of nature and nurture in environment and criminals on the 6th, which is Wednesday, and then we'll be doing our presentations the next 2 days, getting those knocked out. But what you're going to do today is the following, and we're going to do critical friends. I know you've done critical friends time and time again at NewTek, but this is the way we're going to do it today. I want you to keep your presentations to under 5 minutes. You're going to get 2 peers, not at your table, to give you feedback on your individual project. So the presenting individual, I want you to share your project, share your rough draft, share what you've got. Okay? Talk about where you're at in the process. If you started your presentation, like a couple of you have already done, share those as well. Critical friends in phase 1, give some feedback. You're going to remain silent. You're going to take notes. I've got a sheet for you. I want you to remember the project requirements as well as you do that. I want you to record your thoughts. While they're presenting, you say nothing. Okay? Then it changes roles. On phase 2, which is going to be the critique, and this is a project critique, not a process critique. The difference is a process critique is the creation of the actual document. We're looking at the overall project. We're critiquing where you're at in that state. Okay? So the presenters, you're going to remain silent. And typically what I'm going to tell you to do is turn your back to your colleagues, have a piece of scratch paper, and take notes while they talk. Your critical friends are going to talk about to each other like you're not in the room, and they're going to use phrases like I likes, I wonders, and next steps. And they're going to reflect on your project. We're going to keep it growth mindset on this, okay? Keep it positive, constructive feedback. So I like the way that they explained their serial killer. I like the way that they analyzed the nature and nurture debate. I like the fonts, those kind of things. I wonder what could improve this project. You know, and sometimes that I wonder is also even a next step. So think about that. This whole time, again, the person who presented, who shared their stuff, remains silent. Now, phase 3, the presenter, you kind of turn around and you're going to reflect about what you heard and ask for clarification. You're going to ask follow-up ideas or suggestions, and it's going to be kind of an interchange. It's not a rebuttal of every other feedback, but I want you to take time and process how this can actually make you work, how can your work better, and what it can do to help you get ready for your presentation. Now, are these a formal or informal presentation? Formal, so what's that mean? You need to dress nicely, have your note card, not a lot of words on your slides that you're reading off of, okay? The slides are there to guide your audience. We've gotten a really bad habit again of having lots of words on slides. If you have Porter and Taylor, your freshman or sophomore year, they don't like a lot of words on their slides. Burness and Basic don't either. I'm the same way. I don't know how Lewandowski is now that he's returned, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't want you reading from the slides like this, okay? After this process is done, you're going to, today, you're going to give somebody else feedback as well. You're going to, the 3 of you in your group are going to do this, okay? Then there's a journal, post-critical friends reflection. It's not due till the end of class tomorrow. You're going to go back and you're going to have the sheet. We're going to write your name on it. You're going to have some feedback we're going to give you on your project. And you're going to use this. I want you to reflect on how you're going to modify your project, how it's going to be used, and what growth areas you've identified. Okay, you need to reflect on the process. We don't grow unless we reflect. Do I have any questions about how we're going to do critical friends? We're going back to old way of doing things. Okay, so on this, there's some things you need to agree to. As a critical friend, I agree that my feedback will be constructive, it will lead to improvement. My feedback will be specific. I will give feedback with respect for the person or group hearing it. When we're giving feedback, sometimes we can get negative on this. Anybody ever been in a group where you're getting feedback and really kind of, how'd that make you feel, Jonathan? Did it devalue you? Or about your work? Did it make you?
It wasn't very constructive.
And where did you go with it? Did you process it or did you shut down? How many of you have jobs? When your supervisor comes to tell you how to improve, if they're really negative, where do you go? You tune him out, right? And you just nod your head and they walk away and under your breath you're muttering or you're just like whatever. We're not trying to do that. Okay, so what I want is a minimum of 3 things on our no's and do's next steps. Okay, and give them some detailed feedback. You're going to be discussing it, they're going to be listening. While they're presenting, use this form to give them notes, okay? Fair enough? All right, so that's what we're going to do today. We have the rest of the hour to do this. If you fail to turn in a rough draft, the assignment window is still open, but you definitely are going to have something to make this process work. All right? Daniel, tell me what we're doing. Okay. Maria, what kind of feedback are we giving? What thing? Constructive, good. All right, any other comments, questions, concerns, fears, phobias? All right, I'm gonna set these up here, come and get a couple, and we should be good.